Hi everyone, my name's Chantal. I'm from the University of Chester Outreach team, and today I'm going to be giving you a brief introduction to the qualifications that you can choose from after you finish your GCSEs and you're over the age of 16. These qualifications are generally known as level 3, GCSE is level 2, so this is the next step up, and they include A-levels, BTechs, the International Baccalaureate, T-levels and access courses. So I'm going to cover each one and explain what they're for and why they might be right for you. Just to give you a little bit more information, level 3 qualifications as a whole are designed to lead you into a job or into higher education, so somewhere like university. They help you to develop and improve specialist knowledge, so you'll be studying a lot less subjects than you ever have before, anywhere between 1 and 3 subjects. They're usually studied at college, so that could be sixth form or a further education college during years 12 and 13. You might find if you go to college that starts to be referred to as year 1 and 2 as you finish your qualification, but they can be accessed in a range of ways. Lots of jobs and university courses ask for specific level 3 subjects or courses, so it's really important that you have an idea of what you would like to do next before you choose your level 3 course. I'm also going to give you a bit of information about how to find out more. So the qualification you're probably most familiar with is the A-level. Most students in the UK take at least 3 of these. They're designed for 16 to 19-year-olds and they take 2 years. You might also choose to initially study 4 subjects and then drop one after your first year and get an AS in that subject. It depends whether or not your chosen college offers that, but most people complete 3 and most jobs and universities ask for 3. So A-levels are designed to take you into higher education, so university, but can also lead to employment. Universities and employers are usually looking for grades A to C, but it totally depends on what you want to do and there is some flexibility. So for example, if you're thinking about studying medicine, you would be looking at A grades in separate sciences, but other courses, just use medicine as an example, are more flexible. Many university courses do require specific A-levels though, so make sure you check before choosing, as that will help you progress to your chosen path as quickly as possible. The next qualification is probably the most popular one after A-levels, and that's the BTech. There are lots of different BTechs in the UK. The one I'm talking about is the National Extended Diploma. Not the catchiest name in the world, but that is the big 2-year one that is the equivalent to 3 A-levels. So most people choose to take one subject because it will take up all of your academic time or most of your academic time, and as I say, it takes 2 years and works out as the equivalent of 2 A-levels. You can, if your college allows you to do so and you want to, choose to study an A-level alongside. That can be quite time consuming though, so that's something to very carefully consider, but the two are compatible. And BTECs are designed to take you into your chosen employment area or higher education, depending on what it is that you want to do. So some BTECs naturally lead into employment, others to university, but there's lots of flexibility. Most of them can take you either way. University employers are usually looking for distinction grades, so if you haven't come across a BTech before, they're not graded A to C, they're graded distinction, merit and pass. And lots of universities, just like A-levels, require specific BTech. So you would normally choose the BTech that is in a subject either the same as or close to the subject you're hoping to study at university, or a subject that is related to the job you want to do when you're 18. So when choosing a course, it's really important to make sure that you get the right BTech and you are looking for a full-time level 3 BTech if you want to use this to get into university. As I say, there are various combinations of BTECs and A-levels, but if you are only taking one BTech, it should be the National Extended Diploma, and you do need to complete both years if you want to go to university straight after college, because that means you have the high level of qualification that we're looking for. The third course that I want to talk about is the International Baccalaureate. So this is quite different but is becoming increasingly popular in the UK. It's studied in a lot of European colleges and you study 6 subjects at once. It gives you a broad subject knowledge, so it's a little bit wider than something like A-level or BTech, but it still has pathways, so you might pick a business pathway or a language pathway, just to give you a couple of examples. It has a real emphasis on industry skills, and only certain colleges offer it, but the number is growing, so it's something to look out for if it sounds like it might be of interest, and it's accepted by most universities and employers. All of the qualifications that we're talking about are normally accepted by universities, bar a couple of examples, so just check if you have your heart set on a particular university. The T-Level is a new one which you may or may not have come across yet. It was launched in September 2020 and it's becoming available nationally from later in 2021. It will not be available at every college straight away, but it's like a BTech in that it's equivalent to 3 A-levels, and you focus on your favourite subject, but the difference is you'll complete 45 to 60 days of industry placement over the 2 years, so it has a large professional work experience component. It's designed to take you into a specific career, so many T-level students will progress directly into employment, but it will be accepted by most universities. So something to be aware of is that people are still completing the first T-levels, so there will be more information within the next sort of 12 to 18 months. But it's a new option that is available to you. It's not available in every single subject, but do check with your local further education college to see what they're offering and when. And finally, we're looking at the Access course. So the Access course isn't for 16 to 18-year-olds. It's for people over the age of 19 who either didn't get the qualifications that they'd hoped for or left education over 5 years ago, so may well be into their 20s or 30s. Of any age really. It takes 1 year and it focuses on one subject area, so something like health and social care or humanities, and it is designed specifically to get you onto a university course. Its full name is an Access to Higher Education course. There is a cost attached to these courses, unlike the other ones that I've mentioned, because you're over the age of 19, but there can be finance available. It's just to make you aware it's not a course you would access straight after your GCSEs, but it is a level 3 course and it is designed to get you into higher education, so I just thought I would let you know that it's there in case later in your life for any reason you wanted to use it. So that's an overview of the courses, but how do you start to decide which is right for you? The first thing is to find out what the requirements of your chosen pathway are, and by pathway I mean, is it a job, is it higher education, university, is it a higher apprenticeship? What is it that you would like to do next, and what qualifications do you need? So as I mentioned, if you want to be a doctor, you need chemistry and biology A-level. If you want to progress into a particular trade, for example, you might need a BTech in that particular subject. So find out what it is that your pathway requires. If you're not absolutely sure, then think about the kind of job family and subject area you would like to go into and find out what the requirements for progressing to both employment and higher education are there. Also look at how the qualification is structured. So as I mentioned, something like a T-level has a lot of work experience, so do a lot of BTECs. Find out about the specific qualification that you're considering and also find out how is it delivered. So BTECs and T-levels tend to have more of a practical emphasis. It obviously depends on the subject, whereas A-level is a bit more traditional study based, so things like essays, presentations, exams. So find out how the qualification is structured and think about, does that suit me? Would I like to study in that way? If you do A-levels, you need to be able to divide your attention between 3 different subjects and 3 different departments potentially. So think about how the course will be structured, and if you have any questions, ask your sixth form, ask your FE college, find out about how the course is delivered and whether it will suit you. Also find out what will be expected for you, so that follows on from what I've just said. So what will be expected from you, like how much work will you have to do, how many hours a week of independent study, because it's important that you know those things before you go into your course. It needs to be right for you, you need to find out what you can expect from the college, but it's also essential that you find out what will be expected from you as a student, because obviously they want you to succeed and progress. Also find out about whether or not the qualification provides industry experience. Is that something that you need to progress to your chosen pathway? Is it something that you want to do? Work experience is essential in most qualifications, but there may be a greater emphasis on work experience in something like a BTech and a T-level than there is in an A-level, and there's a particular reason for that. So again, go back to that first point and think about what your chosen progression pathway is and whether or not it requires work experience. Most do, but even if it doesn't, it's a really valuable thing to have. So find out what the potential for work experience is. Also have a look at whether or not the qualification is available in the local area. So not all qualifications, not all A-levels, baccalaureate, T-levels, particularly at the moment, and BTechs are available in every single area. So as I say, start with your local sixth forms if you're interested in A-levels, but also look at the further education colleges. There is probably a big one relatively near you, and find out what they offer. Sometimes you have to travel a bit further to pursue the correct qualification for you. It's totally worthwhile, but find out where it is and how you would get there and all those different things that will help you to work out what the right route is for you. Also, to bring all this together, think about whether or not you will enjoy the qualification and whether or not it will help to get you where you want to go. That's the most important thing. Will you enjoy it while you're on it, because you'll be on it for 2 years most likely, and will it help you get where you want to go? So there's some things to consider. As you're watching this video, you've probably already accessed our pages where we're keeping all the information and sharing all the information about this decision-making process. But if you haven't found it already, make sure you head over to our pages where we've got loads and loads of different resources to help you make these decisions. We break down kind of every aspect of it, all the post-16 options and how to think about what might be right for you. So I hope that was useful, and we'll see you soon.